Dr. Umar Johnson gets confronted and asked about this school scam on a podcast appearance with Loon. And what Umar Johnson proceeds to say is some of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Umar Johnson needs to stop doing interviews, at least until he can get his lies in order.
Wow. See what they're peddling is there's a class
The
action
narrative
lawsuit.
is we're the supporters and we got issues. That's
Yeah.
all lies.
Wow.
They are haters masquerading as supporters.
This interview proves that Umar Johnson has completely lost his mind. He is completely out of reality because the interviewer proceeds to ask him some pretty easy questions, such as, so you don't think any supporter of yours have any questions about this school? You don't think any supporter of yours have doubts after a decade of this school not opening up? Umar Johnson response is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard.
Jealousy and envy.
In your heart, you don't believe there's any supporters that saying, Doc, it's been a long time.
Nope.
I love you. I believe
Not the
you.
ones who follow because they've always been kept lock and step with me.
Yeah, but that's blind faith. And we don't
No,
want
it
to.
ain't blind faith because they see the school and they seen the progress of the school step by step, including the setbacks. They've never been in the dark. You got to remember now, I give 300 speeches a year? I'm the most requested black scholar in the world, bar none. Most popular Pan-Africanist in the world, bar none. The #1 black conscious personality in this country, bar none. Most credentialed, most popular, most loved, most hated, most everything. So people get to hear me regularly.
Umar Johnson has completely rigged the game. No supporters have doubts of where their money is going because if they had doubt, they wouldn't be a supporter. So he can take your money, do what he want to do with it, and the moment you complain or ask, yo, where's this going, or have any doubts, you're no longer a supporter and your voice don't count no more. Even though Umar Johnson says that he holds himself accountable to all donators. So if you donate money and you have doubt, you're no longer a supporter and he no longer owes you anything. How does that work? The most disturbing part about this is Umar Johnson is saying these things out loud and he's hearing himself say these things out loud. And in his head, it makes sense.
So the updates are, you could probably go to a Dr. Umar supporter, a true one, and say, give me the timeline of the school. They could probably tell you, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, the plumbing, the HVAC.
You know what? I rock with you. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that 100% of your supporters or 100%.
I disagree.
I think some of them are because
You may have to redefine supporter then, because maybe you're talking about somebody who might have gave $10 once 10 years ago. But supporter for me is somebody who supports and consistently donates. They don't have issues because you got to remember, I got personal relationships with all my supporters. I know them. So if you come to me and say your supporters got issues, I'm going to ask you for a name. Remember, we recorded every donation. We know everybody.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying? And this is how I get the haters, because they say, yeah, I donated. What's my first question? I need your name. How did you donate? Cash App? Check? When was your last donation? Because we got it recorded. Let me look you up. And then I look them up. You don't even exist.
If you've seen the video of Umar Johnson showing us his home, then you will understand how ridiculous what Umar Johnson just says. Umar wants us to believe that he has proof of every $1, $5, $20 donation that has came in, and he done raised over $2 million. So Umar Johnson has been raising money for over a decade. And a man who, based on his home, we could see is unorganized and discombobulated, he somehow has managed to keep record of every $5, every dollar, every $20 that then came in on his way to raising $2 million plus. So when he's on live in his vehicle saying, run me donations, family, and people are sending in $5 and $2 and $10, he somehow has record of every one of those people and how much they've donated. Cut it out, bro. Go sell that to some boo-boo the fools, man. Go sell that to some dummies, bro. And Umar Johnson would also say that people should not have any doubts or any questions on the updates because he give updates at his speeches. First off, those hole-in-the-wall speeches with like 50 people, if somebody, for some reason, never attended those speeches, have no idea what went on at those speeches, they're out the loop. And if they're out the loop, they're not a real supporter because they should know what took place at those speeches. And then also, too, look at how he rigs the game, okay? If you have doubt about this, you're not a real supporter, okay? But then also, when he gives you the update, even though the series of events, and history would tell you that whatever update he gives you is a freaking lie. He done gave at least 20 opening dates already. If he tells you something, you should take it as absolute law and fact and not question it whatsoever, because if you question it, you're not a real supporter. So whatever he tells us should be the truth and should be considered as the truth, even though history and facts would tell us it's not.
And you know what? Another thing I want to speak to while I have
And then
you
when
here.
people talk about how long, right? That's an opinion loom. Remember, the school we building ain't never been built in this country before. This is the first school in American history, independent, African-centered school, financed with donations from African people on every single continent in the world. Never been done. Too long, according to your government-sponsored charter school. That's government money. You can't compare this to this. Your home school, that's your basement. That ain't no institution. I saw a hater the other day, some hating out of New York, talking about how his homies built 2 schools or something. Where? In a home? Storefront? Basement? This is real buildings here. This is a real school. Teacher's lounge, gym, cafeteria. You comparing an institution to a home school? And now, everybody got this new school thing going on, right? So-and-so opened the school. You know what their definition of school is? A room with some books and pencils.
Right.
The audacity of this man to be critiquing other people's schools. You know what they have that you don't, even though you have, let's say, the building, you have the teacher lounge, you have the cafeteria. You know what they have that you don't? They have students at their school, right? How can you critique somebody who started a school with their own funds, with their own money, didn't raise $2+ million and have nothing to show for it? How can you critique them? If they have students, they have curriculum, they have an actual school, you have empty buildings. That's what you have, empty buildings. Umar Johnson is a crafty fella. Peep how Umar Johnson says, the 10+ year timeline ain't too long. It's never been done before what I'm trying to do. But we don't compare the type of schools. No, we compare the amount of money it takes. So we will compare you to other people who has fundraised $2 million. I don't think there's a person on earth other than Umar Johnson who has fundraised $2 million of money that don't belong to them and still don't have a school up. I don't think it's hard, Umar Johnson, to open up a school off of $2 million.
A room it's like church, right? I got a church, and then you go. The church is in your living room?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
There's church, and then there's church.
Right.
There's schools, and then there's schools. We have a school. Right.
Let me ask you this. Do you think with everything that's being said, and also why you want to clarify something, because I do see one of your detractors, and again, I understand how this works, man. A lot of people, they're a former confederacy.
Yeah, and they want to come up off your name too.
Yeah, because they make money from the YouTube thing, right? And so
I'm feeding like 20 families on the internet, bro.
Right, but I do want to clarify something, because when they bring your donation amount in question online,
they don't know the donation amount.
I get that, and I see this from a lot of them, and I want to clarify that because they use my platform. They use one of our conversations, and so I want to clarify for the record, if there's an investigation going on or whatever's going on, I want to clarify this. A lot of people are saying that at a certain point you said that you had not took in $1 million.
We've never had $1 million at one time.
Now, right.
Umar Johnson is a tricky son of a gun. Umar Johnson was asked, have you raised $1 million? Umar Johnson responded back, we haven't touched $1 million all at once. Have you raised $1 million? We have never had $1 million all at once. And the reason why he phrased it that way is because why? He raised more than $1 million. But due to the spending habit, he never seen $1 million in his account sitting there total because he done spent it, right? So again, he raised $500,000, he spent $100,000. He raised $300,000, he spent $200,000. So he's never seen it all at once, but he's tricky. Now, Umar Johnson makes sure to say specifically, it's never gotten up to $3 million. That's because it's gotten up to $2 million from what I was told and from what the record shows.
But that's not what. All I'm saying is this. They got the dates wrong. So they're using a date of an upload date on YouTube, and it was upload for the second or third time at that point.
Okay.
So the
numbers I heard are preposterous.
The date is
I've
wrong.
heard 3 million. We've never hit 3, bro. I've heard 5. I've heard 8. I've heard 10. If we had that money, both schools would be done. What are we talking about? If I got that, bro, we already open and running, bro.
Yeah.
It's everybody's fault why this school hasn't opened up but Umar Johnson. It's his supporters' fault for not giving him enough money, even though he didn't do a goddamn thing with that $2 million he got. And now, apparently, right, it's black people's fault. So Umar Johnson will claim that black contractors, he hired them and they didn't do the job done and they scammed him. And he had to hire the white man to come and finish the job. And it's the black contractor's fault. The school took so long. All lies. Just Umar Johnson just looking for anybody to blame. But it's low down, bro, that you will throw black folks under the bus like this for your own incompetence. This is low down stuff, man. This is not cool.
The only thing that took time was we kept getting scammed by people we were referred to do the work. We got scammed by everybody, bro. And then we went to the white people and they did the work. You know how painful that is, bro? To have your people take the money, not do the work, and you go to the white people and they knock it out.
It's black people's fault. Is this people, like, at what point do you say it's my fault? Like, even when Umar Johnson is telling like this other story of how Wilmington, Delaware almost sold his school or his buildings because they're not a school, Umar Johnson refused to acknowledge what he did wrong. He he lays out plain and simple how it's his fault 1,000%, but then try to pass the blame as if we didn't hear the story.
Outside of being told by FBI agents, I know that I'm being watched. That was one of the biggest pieces of confirmation I received, that they're actively trying to stop you. They heard you got debanked and moved that quickly. No notice loan.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Email,
Let's get into
no letter, no phone.
Yeah, man.
For 5 months. Mind you, I was reaching out.
So
trying to deal with the vacant property registration fee.
Let's context setting here. So $72,000 was the number that I think it was. Was it
40 something?
Okay, 40 something. I thought you said they said we owe 72,000.
You know what? It could have been 70. It's been a minute now.
Yeah.
It could have been 40 for the vacant fee property registration fees past date plus the current utilities. Because you got to remember, the water bills be crazy, and we're not even using no water.
Like even in here, the gas and shit is high. But tell
even when
me,
you're not using
yeah,
it.
not at all. But
utilities is a big scam.
Yeah,
it's a big scam. But
yeah, because it's a collective type of thing. Yeah. So let me ask you this. So talk to me. Walk me through this. Number one, how the city got to that position to want to sell it, and how you missed whatever correspondence they said.
I didn't miss it. They just stopped communicating with me because they knew they was trying to sabotage me. I didn't miss nothing. You're supposed to get a 4-year waiver if you're a nonprofit where you don't pay the vacant property registration fee, which they jumped up from about $1,500 a year to like $7,000. Trying to destroy us through bleeding our account, right? So I call them up and say, yo, we nonprofit. Can we get the 4-year waiver? Your application got in too late. You feel me? So
this was before the letters, right?
We got the letter.
I'm saying, how do we even get to the point
we got to this because when I got the vacant property registration fee waiver, I asked them, can y'all retroactively apply the waiver to us? Because I remember I was late.
Am I missing something here? Where's the grand conspiracy? Umar Johnson knew he had to file the waiver. He waited until the deadline passed, tried to hijack these people and get them to retroactively apply. They said that's not how that works, Umar Johnson, but we'll do our best. We'll talk about some things and get back to you. These people wrote a detailed email when Umar Johnson accused them of not contacting them. They wrote a detailed email showing receipts of they called Umar Johnson, he never answered. They sent him letters, he never responded back to it. They put the letters on the school, he never responded back to it. It took a fan going by, seeing the letters, posting it online before Umar Johnson could respond. So Umar Johnson admits that he knew he had to file a waiver for the vacant property fees, He never filed a waiver. He filed it late, and these people follow protocol, but now they're somehow after you. Hey, man. And we still ain't forget. Ain't Umar Johnson say that they was doing an inspection of the school like on a Tuesday, and that the school will be open up after the inspection? What's the update on that? We haven't received an update on the inspection. What's the update? I thought the inspection was going to be on a Tuesday. What happened? Umar Johnson giving that announcement, like what? It's been like what, 2 months now? It's just on par with what he does. He gives dates, he gives announcement, and nothing comes into fruition. Umar Johnson announced the school was ready, the school was completed, and inspection will be done on a Tuesday. It's 2 months later. No inspection has been done. I wonder why.
Thank you to all my donors around the world. I know it has been 7 long years. I know it has been 7 long, hard, tough, grueling years, but we are here, baby. The school is absolutely done. The school is fully done. The school is completely done. And on Tuesday, because government is closed on Monday to celebrate white supremacy presidency. The government is closed on Monday to celebrate white supremacy presidency. But on Tuesday, I'll be contacting the city to request an inspection of the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Elementary School and Gym. Brothers and sisters, thank you for those of you who stood with me. Not the fakes and the phonies. Not those who act like you supported me but didn't trust me, didn't believe me. You listened to the struggle streamers and the scammers. You believed them. Okay? I want to thank the real people. I want to thank the real people, brothers and sisters.
He announced a school that had no children, no curriculum, no teachers, no nothing, was ready because renovations was done. But the inspection hasn't been passed yet, and it's been about 2 months now. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe Umar Johnson School is ever opening up? Are we just haters? Let me know, okay? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out how Charlamagne's response to the Breakfast Club scandal absolutely backfired on him. I'm going to see you guys in the Charlamagne video. If you enjoy my content, please send me a hype by clicking the hype button below this video. You get 3 hypes a week. It's completely free, and it pushes my videos in the algorithm. So please send me a hype. I really appreciate it. I'm going to see you guys in this Breakfast Club video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.